Previously on New World.
I tried to play New World, and every single time I moved around, I would just lag out the game. Every single time that I would move my freaking mouse and look in a different direction, my frame rate would dip to freaking 1 frame per second. I play more Final Fantasy. Yeah, I'm unemployed.
And now, the thrilling conclusion.
I got it to work. What's up? I got the game to work. That's right, your boy is able to play New World. It was actually pretty simple, alright? Turns out that the main thing I had to do was turn off my MMO mouse software. That's right, I can't play this MMO with an MMO mouse. But that's okay, because you don't really need to, keybind anything. I also had to do some finagling. Basically, I wasn't able to record my gameplay on OBS on my computer because the extra processing running... Listen, I was able to run it once I turned off the mouse software at like a consistent 30 frames per second. And that's not really good, but it's about as good as TV shows are, which means it probably shouldn't look that bad on a YouTube video. That being said, when I was running OBS, it got worse. So what I actually did was I rigged my computer up to my laptop with my capture card that I used to capture gameplay footage from consoles, and then captured my gameplay off of my PC on my laptop. I'm pretty sure my laptop is better than my PC, but I don't feel like playing games on my laptop because it's a laptop. Anyways, I got the game to work. Mostly. I mean, there was still a lot of weird stuff, like my hair kept on popping up, and every time I'd walk by somebody, they'd be bald. Wow, bald people in an MMO, what a surprise. And sometimes I lose my mustache, but besides that, the game ran at a consistent 30-ish frames per second, which sucks, but it's playable. So yeah, what do I think about the game? Well, I mean, I'm gonna, go in on it a little bit, but before I do, I just want to say I enjoy playing New World. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun, good time. It's like all the things I like about RuneScape without the trash graphics or trash combat. Well, kinda. And let me be real, right? This game looks good. Like, it actually looks like a good-looking game. It's got good graphics. I don't know how many different ways I can say that to extend runtime. But the game opens up, and Conquistador Spanish masked man is offered a magical box by Wizard in Spain, and then he goes with his crew to go to New World, which I originally thought was supposed to be like magical America, but apparently it's like in the middle of the ocean, so whatever. Either way, we're in some magical new continent, and it feels like it's supposed to be America, even though it's not, but So the setting is cool. It's a cool setting. Like, come on, man. It's so unique. It's such a unique take on a setting for an MMO. Like, usually it's wizards, Asian wizards, wizards in space, but now it's Jonathan the Pilgrim from England landing on Plymouth Rock. That's pretty cool. Anyways, ship gets eaten by magical storm. Island is magical. There's magic on the island. Ship captain dies, and then you fight off some zombies, and then you fight the ship captain, and then you lose, and then you die, but then you don't die, and then you wake up in one of a couple different places. You can actually spawn in like a bunch of different places in the world. And then you talk to a girl or a guy or somebody, and they say, off you go, and then you start the game. But what really is the game? It's basically run up to an encampment of enemies, whack some of them, loot some of them, loot some boxes, chop down trees, pick bushes, hit rocks, rinse and repeat. And I'm not kidding, all right? I'm not joking at all. This is the gameplay of New World. You hit things with your desired weapon, you pick up their stuff, you pick up stuff from around them, and you hit rocks and hit trees. And I like that. I actually like that. It's just neat. It kind of reminds me of playing Valheim or Minecraft, but online. And less of a focus on building shit and more of a focus on doing stuff. And I really, really like that. Also, since this is a skill-up game like RuneScape, that obviously means you're going to be hitting tiny trees until you're a high enough skill to hit big trees, right? And in RuneScape, that kind of looks like trash. In classic World of Warcraft, for example, you are a level 1 miner. What does that mean? Oh, you can go out and you can hit gray rocks with orange bumps on them. And you're now a level 300 miner. What does that mean? Oh, it means you can go and hit a gray rock with slightly longer teal bumps on them. Hooray. But since this is an actual good-looking game, the difference is like level 1 woodcutter, you can cut down baby trees. Level 100 woodcutter, you can cut down this magical blue-leaved, sparkling, rare tree out in the middle of the woods. And like, when I heard Asmongold talk about that, I thought it was like whatever. But like actually seeing that tree, you know what I thought? I thought, I want to cut down that fucking tree. Now, of course, I recorded this on the day that the servers were getting shut down for the beta, so no, I didn't cut down the tree. But when that fucking game comes out, I am chopping down one of these trees. So anyways, I made a character just to kind of show you all the intro and stuff, but here's my actual character. And he is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. He is a Spanish manly man with a mustache and a light armor because he jumps around, and he is skilled in magic because this is magical new world, and he has a rapier with his rapier techniques, and he has a fire staff so that he can cast fire magic and dispatch his foes. You killed my father, prepare to die. Bang. Yeah, you know, I was playing the game how the game wanted me to play it, right? I made it a character, I had fun. You know, I picked one of the different weapon types, and let's be real, there's a lot of cool weapons here, like rapiers, two-handed axes, magical staffs, and the magic system is actually pretty good because it's really just a ranged attack, right? You have bows, which are a ranged attack, you know, guns, ranged attack, magical staff, ranged attack, that's all it is. And you get skills that do different things. It just kind of feels like classic WoW, and you can get good at every weapon depending on the one you're holding, and I think that's cool. You also get stat allocation whenever you level. You choose what you level up, like in Dark Souls, which is neat, but this isn't Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a game where you're supposed to beat the game. Go from one enemy to the next, to the next, to the next, until you beat all the bosses and the game's over, right? And if you're a guy who really likes playing Dark Souls, then you'd be like, yeah, I want to play the game with every single weapon. I want to beat the game with the giant hammer. I want to beat the game with the rapier. I want to beat the game barehanded, right? Because that's your game. That's what you do. You want to play it in, you know, weird ways because it's a single player beat shit up game. But this isn't Dark Souls. This is a grindy, skill up MMO. So, you know, the way they want you to play the game is the way I played it. I am Inigo Montoya. You kill my father, prepare to die. Check out my rapier. Whoopah. But really, that's not how you should play the game. Because the game is a skill-up game. It's about efficiency and grinding, which means you need to be as fast and efficient as possible. So what did I do? Well, since it was the last day, I decided to say screw it. And I reskilled all my stuff, got rid of my life staff, got rid of my fire staff, got rid of my rapier, got rid of my light armor, and put on heavy armor and a hatchet. And I just beat the heck out of stuff. Like, for example, when me and my friend William were playing this game a couple days ago, we had some tough times, kind of like beating some stuff up when we were by ourselves. You know, I'd have to do my rapier stuff, dodge away, do a little attack, jump away. You know, I'd get my ass kicked in PvP, and I'd maybe attack them with a fire staff and then heal myself and doing all this shit. And like, really, why? Why do this? Why do this when you can go with the hatchet, with heavy armor, and go berserk, which makes you do more damage, and go all the way down the berserk tree, and then basically enter what I have dubbed game journalist mode. Alright, if you max out the berserk tree, which only takes level 6 hatchet, then you've basically beaten the game. Now keep in mind, I only made it to level 15, so this might, you know, become different later on, but really the whole game is just hitting new people, hitting new things, hitting new undead, going to a different area, doing it again, but with different colored stuff, right? So I don't know how much different it can be when really the game is just whacking stuff until it dies. And this skill tree with the hatchet, this game journalist mode, basically rewards you for spam left clicking. So here's what I mean. The hatchet is a really fast, really powerful weapon that scales off of strength, right? So it just has incredibly high damage per second. And then Berserk makes you do more damage. And then it has a skill which makes you get healed periodically in Berserk. So the whole idea of, you know, dodging, forget it. Just wear heavy armor and get healed through Berserk. And then it has a talent where you run faster. So you know the game, how it's slow and there's no mounts? Just press Berserk, makes you run faster between places, makes you run faster towards enemies, just makes you grind faster. It makes your game more efficient. Then you get a skill that like removes snares and stuff. It's good for PvP, but it doesn't really have too much practical use in grinding. But the last skill in this skill tree turns it into God Gamer Journalist mode. It makes it so you can't be interrupted while you're attacking. Like for example, look at me fighting this miner. You see, bam, he hits me, right? And I get stun locked, right? And I can't just spam left click him anymore. But once you have this perk, that doesn't matter anymore. When you're in Berserk, you just keep attacking. You keep hitting left click and they can't stop you. You just keep hitting them over and over again. You're healing, so you don't care if they're hitting you. You're wearing heavy armor, or you should be, so you're not taking that much damage to begin with. And so you just beat the shit out of them. You have other abilities that work really well with this. I didn't take any of these because I didn't get to a high enough level, but there's perks that make it so when you attack in a row, as in spam left click, without stopping, you do more damage. It's just a synergy of ignore wearing light armor and dodging, ignore good gameplay, and just spam left click until they're dead with an incredibly high damage per second weapon. It is the easiest, most efficient way to play this game. And honestly, when the game comes out, I'm gonna play with it because honestly, I think heavy armor and the hatchet looks cool, but there's no real reason to use any of the other weapons because they're not this good. Because you can't just beat up somebody. It's stupid. It's really stupid. I don't like this, right? When I heard Asmongold talk about it, I was like, no, that's cringe, but it's true. It's really true. So yeah, that's pretty much a vast majority of the game. You run from camp to camp with the hatchet, spam left click on enemies, loot boxes, loot the enemies, chop down trees, get hemp, you know, etc., etc. And I really like it. It's weird, man. When I describe it, it probably sounds like I'm bashing the game, but I really like it. I'd be nicer if I could run it at 60 FPS, but my computer's a piece of garbage. I'm pretty sure I need a new CPU. But yeah, the only real thing I'm worried about is Azoth, right? At first, I just thought Azoth was something you use to fast travel. And like, me and my friend had a dispute about it, right? And I thought it was annoying that you'd just buy currency to teleport around faster. I mean, that's literally paying to win. You save time. That means you level faster. That's like really, really, really overpowered. So yeah, I don't like Azoth. I wouldn't want you to buy it for teleportations. I think that's completely game breaking, and it looks like something you would buy in a store in a phone game, right? And you might think it's not that big of a deal. It's just fast travel. You can farm it in game. But this game is running around from place to place farming. If you have unlimited Azoth, you're just gonna level faster than everybody else around you, right? And in this game, you can turn on PvP, and your armor makes a huge difference in PvP. So basically, if you pay, you're gonna win in PvP just because you can travel from quest location to quest objective faster. And that's just a fact. But it's not the worst way, right? It's not that bad. It's annoying and shitty, but it's not that bad. Until I saw that when you craft armor, it has a chance of proccing and becoming green armor, right? And later on, I'm imagining it becomes blue or purple or whatever. I don't know, I was only level 15. But in armor, when you craft it, you have an opportunity to insert an item you get during questing, which gives it certain stats. And you can insert Azoth into it to increase the likelihood of it turning green, of it having bonus stats, of it having perks, which literally means if you buy Azoth off the store, you can make better armor. That is pay to win. You buy Azoth, you travel faster. You go to places faster, you grind faster. All right? You buy Azoth, you have better armor than everyone around you. All right? If you buy Azoth, you win in PvP. Hands down. Especially when the best build in this game is running up to somebody and spam left clicking them with the hatchet and heavy armor. That's not skill. That's bullshit. This is pay to win. And if you can buy Azoth in the store when the game comes out, it will be pay to win. But that's just a rant. That will suck if that happens. I'm probably still gonna play the game for a little bit because I want to chop down that blue fucking tree. Oh, but while I'm talking about PvP, how is it? I mean, again, you just run up and spam left click at somebody with a hatchet until they're dead. I did that a couple times, and it felt really good, not gonna lie, even though it was no skill. Yeah, I enjoyed my time with New World, right? I really did. I'm glad I got the beta. My friend bought it for me. He's a good guy, and I had a lot of fun. And not to mention, it actually excels pretty well as an MMO, you know, in normal departments, right? Like, the UI is good, friends list, stuff like that, you know, things that are in most MMOs. Crafting is really good, better than any MMO I've played in a long time. You could say Final Fantasy XIV crafting is more fun, but New World crafting is really, really good in my opinion. Like, really good. The auction house, they have a really good auction house system. Good, great. Trading is great in MMOs, and if you don't have trading in an MMO, then it's a piece of trash like Destiny or Diablo 3, which is an RTS, or excuse me, an ARPG, but still. I want to play the game when it comes out. I'm glad I got to play it. I'm glad I fixed my PC. I didn't really fix my PC. I changed my refresh rate to 60 hertz. It was at 59. I turned off my MMO mouse software, and I recorded through a capture card. And I was able to get 30 FPS consistently. So yeah, I'm gonna steal a joke from another content creator. Bye.